everybody. This is Daniel Molgan. Happy New Year and welcome to yet another episode of Beyond the Present podcast. That's right. The new year is here. We're all happy because that's right. We made it to the year 2022. A lot of us, we thought we would never make it. The world has come to an end. They said back in 2020, this is the end of it all. Well, guess what? It's 2022 and the world apparently did not come to an end. As a matter of fact, what is going to soon come to an end is the pandemic itself. And yes, we are here to celebrate the new year, the year 2022. And of course, as is always the case, we love to dedicate our very first, basically, episode of each new year to the topic of New Year's resolution. Guys, I've said it many times. If you want to take your life to the next level, you need to have a lot of goals. As Brian Tracy once said, success is goals and all else is commentary. Let me repeat that. Success is goals and all else is commentary. Today, I'm here to remind you about the importance of goal setting for the new year and hopefully allow you to perhaps give yourself the opportunity to start setting your New Year's resolution. Now, there's a problem with New Year's resolution. It's a very good tradition that unfortunately has been misused for since the dawn of time, basically, right? And for today, I want to ask you right now, what do you think about New Year's resolutions? That is, how do you go about writing them down and preparing yourself for the new year ahead? Well, there's a little bit of a downer here. The first issue is most of us, when we write down our New Year's resolution, we tend to forget them. That's right, totally forget them or break them and simply abandon our promises by January 15th of that year. Today is January 1st, but unfortunately, a lot of us are going to forget about our New Year's resolution in the next 15 days. Let's try to prevent that from happening, and let's, somehow abandon this habit that we've had for many years, and this time, for this year, stick to our goals. So first of all, guys, why do you think a lot of us, we tend to abandon most of our New Year's resolutions by January 15th of the same year? The answer is very simple. When we set a goal, we're so excited, we are so determined, and more importantly, we're doing it because everybody else is doing it, right? Oh, he's writing his New Year's resolutions. I better do it as well. And this ultimately leads to this competitive sense of, okay, what are going to be my goals? What are going to be his goals? And so on. But the fact of the matter is, when you write down your New Year's resolution, this is not a competitive process. If your friend has a goal that seems too ambitious to you, well, perhaps you should not do the same thing because you are setting yourself up for failure. Because effective goals are the ones that are just a bit out of your reach, not too much and not completely within your current ability. Because if you choose goals that are easy for you, that is, the things that you can do and accomplish right now, you will never have to push yourself. Therefore, their achievement will not truly bring about much excitement. And lack of excitement ultimately takes away the motivation to achieve those goals, which is why we always recommend basically people to set their goals slightly out of their comfort zone. Because if it's within the comfort zone, you simply will not have sufficient motivation to achieve them. On the other hand, we have those other people who tend to, set crazy goals. Like imagine an unemployed, for example, person who has not worked for the past 2 years because of the pandemic, and now he or she suddenly sets a goal of becoming a millionaire overnight. Well, dude, for you, just getting a job probably is going to be a great goal already outside of your comfort zone. Don't try to, set your goals in a way that they will bring you down. Because by setting goals that are too hard to achieve, you are setting yourself up for failure. Because now you do not have the motivation to achieve them because the goals are not realistic. Why? We've said it many times. Great goals, great New Year's resolutions are SMART, S-M-A-R-T, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So when you set a goal for yourself that is not attainable, like if you are totally unemployed right now, haven't worked in 2 years, don't have a lot of skills, and all of a sudden you want to become a millionaire overnight, this goal is not very attainable. It's just going to set you, for a lot of, frustration down the line. And for that reason, it's best to be avoided. On the other hand, if your goal is like, well, just keep my job for the year 2022, That's not necessarily a very inspiring goal because it's too easy. You just don't have to, go out of your way to achieve that. You don't have to learn a new skill to achieve that goal, right? Which is why the very best New Year's resolutions are oftentimes the goals that are slightly out of reach. I call it the 80-20. Make sure that your goals that you set for yourself are about 20% out of your current level of comfort and ability, so that you have to be forced to develop yourself by about 20% to achieve those goals, whether it's in your finances, about your career, relationships, learning new skill, changing your lifestyle, whatever you want to do. Make sure that your goals are about 20% out of your comfort zone every single time, because this is the sweet spot that allows you to be excited, because the goal that you have to achieve will then require you to become better somehow, to learn new skills, to face with your fears, to somehow leave that comfort zone, but not way too much to the point where it's like, dude, there's no hope. There's no way I could achieve this goal, right? And that is the most important secret of setting the right goals for your New Year's resolutions. Most people fail to realize their New Year's resolutions and abandon them altogether by January 15th of the same year because of this reason. Because they either set goals that are too easy, which are simply not inspiring, thus they don't even think about it afterwards, or they set goals that are extremely difficult, so they actually have no motivation to even get started because they know it is not a realistic goal to attain. So you, for this year, 2022, on this wonderful day of the new year, tell yourself, I am going to set goals that are just right out of my reach, but not way too much. And this will then give you the motivation to pursue those goals because, achieving those goals is going to give you a lot of, motivation. Like, yeah, man, I can do something I've never done before. That's just so exciting. But at the same time, you know that it is totally possible to attain these goals. So you will not lose your motivation trying to, tell us, so your New Year's resolution is to have a Lamborghini. Well, I have the same goal, even though I've been unemployed for the past 2 years and don't have any savings. So for that reason, you want to look at your life. Maybe for you, not buying a Lamborghini is actually a very good goal. I mean, why do you want to buy a Lamborghini, dude? Don't you care about the environment? Get an electric car instead. Get a Tesla. Why a goddamn gas-bustling Lamborghini that destroys the environment? Go for a Tesla. And number two, why even set such kind of difficult goals for yourself? Why not just instead give yourself a goal of getting back to the job market, getting a job that you after you got laid off, or learning a new skill, or things that are within your control. So please don't be competitive in this regard. Set your New Year's resolution according to your own needs, desires, abilities, and your current reality. At the same time, make sure that your goals are not extremely easy, because that is also not very, inspiring. All right, guys, I once again would like to wish you all a very happy new year. Hopefully 2022 is going to be a great year for all of us. And quite frankly, I would like to wish you all the chance to absolutely and, quite conclusively attain all of your goals in the year 2022. So guys, grab your pens and papers. If you're like me, start typing them in your, smartphones and start writing down your New Year's resolution. Once again, Happy New Year, and hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Beyond the Present podcast. Have a good one.